Okay, so if I go through and simplify this again, I'm going to have 7 plus or minus square root of 81 over 8. So then I break apart and do my plus and minus. So 7 plus square root of 81 divided by 8, and then 7 minus square root of 81 divided by 8. So I would get x equals 2 and x equals negative 1/4 as my two answers. Okay, 2 more problems to go. So on this next one, I need to subtract 5 over before I can start. So I would have x squared plus 6x minus 5 equals 0. So plug this in. Negative 6 plus or minus the square root of 6 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 5 all over 2 times 1. So start simplifying. You would have negative 6 plus or minus square root, and then I would have 36. And then I need to do negative 4 times 1 times negative 5, which would give me positive 20 over 2. Okay, so I'm going to have negative 6 plus or minus, and then 36 plus 20 is 56 over 2. So I have x equals negative 6 plus square root 56 over 2, and x equals negative 6 minus square root 56 over 2. So if I round this, I end up with 0.74 and negative 6.74. Okay, so for this word problem, between 1971 and 2001, the number y of films produced in the world can be modeled by the function y equals 10x squared minus 94x plus 3900. X is the number of years since 1971, and what year were 4,200 films produced? Okay, so what we need to do here is make y equal to 4,200 and then solve. All right, so what I did was I made the equation equal to 4,200, and then I need to move 4,200 over to set it equal to 0. So I'm going to have 0 equals 10x squared minus 94x minus 300, and I'm going to use quadratic formula. So negative 94 plus or minus the square root of negative 94 squared minus 4 times a times c. So 10 times negative 300 all over 2 times 10, and start simplifying. So 94 plus or minus square root. Negative 94 squared is 8,836. And then negative 4 times 10 times negative 300 is 12,000. And that would be all over 20. So if I simplify one more time, I would get 94 plus or minus square root of 20,836 over 20. And then I need to break apart and solve both sides of it. So 94 plus square root of 20,836 divided by 20, and 94 minus 20,836 divided by 20. So I'm going to get x equals 11.92, x equals negative 2.52. Okay, so this would be your only valid answer because it's talking about years and you cannot have negative years. So 11.92 would be about 12 years. So if you think about it, from 1971 plus 12, you're looking at about 1983 as your answer. Okay, so your assignment for this is page 674, homework.